Hello everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am Jared Hinke, the MLS coordinator at KAAR. I'm excited to bring you another edition of Tips and Tricks. In this edition of Tips and Tricks, I'm going to show you the CMA feature in RPR and walk you through how you can create one. The first thing I want to do is pull up a listing on RPR. So I'm going to scroll down on this home page till I find My Properties and this Recent tab here. I'll go ahead and click on View, and I'll pick this first property that I looked at earlier today. Now that I'm on the listing summary page, I can go and head on over to the CMA tab. It will very quickly show me some of the property details. I can choose between a comparative analysis and a sales comparison analysis. The main difference is the sales comparison analysis is geared towards appraisers. I will stick with the comparative analysis and jump into step 1. I will need to confirm the home facts. I can click on that confirm facts button, and now I can see any data coming from the public records or maybe from a previous listing in our MLS. And if I know that there have been any changes, anything different, I can add in those changes here on the right. When I have everything to my liking, just scroll on down to the bottom and click on confirm facts and close. Scrolling on up until we see step 2 again, which is finding comps. And here on this page, what I see over on the left is kind of the default search criteria that the system uses to identify comparable properties. I can also search using the map. If I click on use a geography, I have this option for micro neighborhood. And now I can see that neighborhood on the map and click on search in this area, and that will reveal comparable properties within the same neighborhood. If I click on one of those properties, I should have this option for use this as a comp. I can also scroll down and see all those properties on a list and check that box to add them for comparable properties as well. When I'm happy with the properties I found, I can click on update valuation and close. Step 3 is to adjust the comps. And the first thing you can do is decide what order those comparable properties are going to show up in any reports that you create. You can also pick the listing record that RPR is pulling listing details from. So it was listed back in 2009. If I wanted to, I could choose that record. Moving down, I do have the sliding scale of whether or not the property is worse or better than my subject property. And because I've picked 4 comps, right now it's only showing me 3. I'll have to click on that next button so I can see that 4th property. Scrolling on down to the bottom, I will have an area where I can enter in some notes and choose whether or not to include them or exclude them from any reports that I create. When I've done with this process, I can click on update valuation and close. In step 4, I'll get the result of the comp analysis, and I can edit that number by clicking on the edit button. So if I just want to round it up a little bit, and we'll say $216,000, it is optional whether or not you put in a minimum or maximum price range. When you are happy with the numbers you've typed in, go ahead and click on Save. In this final section, section 5, I can go ahead and create a report. So I can create a seller's report for my seller, or I can create a property report for my buyer. The important thing to know for these reports is when you click on that title, it's going to give you a list of everything that's in the report, and you can uncheck any of these boxes if you don't want to include it in that report to get to your seller. I can scroll on down until I get to personalize your report, so I can enter in my client's name and put a personal message for that first page, and choose if I just want to receive this as a PDF and download it, or go ahead and get it emailed to my client. When I'm ready, I can click on Run Report. RPR will take a minute or 2 to generate the report. When the report is done generating, I can find it under My Work and My Reports. And there's that seller's report that we just made. That is everything that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and keep an eye out for more tips and tricks videos in the future.